Hey guys, it's Mikey here. Look, today's video is gonna be a little bit different. It's not gonna be about streaming. It's not gonna be about marketing. It's not gonna be about business. It's not gonna be about how-tos or tech or any of this. It's gonna be about me and my job and what EMS in general across the board wants to say, and the reason why there's such a shortage of EMS across the board. Okay, we're gonna talk about it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be informative. You're gonna get insight of the mind of a paramedic. That's title. That's definitely a title. All right, let's roll it. Okay, so as many of you probably don't know, which I wouldn't expect you to, because you just know me as a guy that talks on the internet and makes dumb videos, and you would be correct in thinking that. But anyways, as many of you don't know, I am a paramedic. I've been in EMS for over 11 years, and it has taken its toll on me to the point that now I'm ready to possibly step away from it altogether. And I'm going to go through a list of reasons why, and I'm going to go through why I think America feels the same way, or EMS in America feels the same way. They're just too scared to say anything about it because they're worried about the backlash from it. But I'm not. I'm just going to speak the truth, tell you how I feel, tell you why I'm ready to get out, and you're going to be missing out on a good paramedic when I leave. Just like everybody else across the board. There's good medics out there that are leaving in droves, and it's entirely the system's fault. So... anyways, reason number one I'm ready to get out of EMS is I'm tired of it. Okay, and here's why. There's no reward for doing this job anymore. We're underpaid, understaffed, nurses hate us, doctors hate us, heck, even the patients we go pick up hate us. There's times where I'll go pick up a patient, they have a headache, like, hey, take some Tylenol. Guess what they say? I need to go to the hospital, you need to take me. I'm like, okay, well, that's fun. But you could save yourself a lot of time waiting in the ER, which half the time in the great state of Alabama, it was a joke. Anyways, half the time when I take a patient to the hospital, we spend upwards to 2 hours on average sitting on the stretcher, waiting on a room. That's a problem, don't you think? That we don't have a triage system set up for headaches, simple sniffles, and you wonder why we're tired? Try working 24-hour shift and not getting any sleep because you're tied up in a hospital for 2 to 4 hours waiting on a room. For a guy that has the sniffles, they could go sit in the waiting room and spend 2 to 4 hours like they would if they just went by themselves, okay? And another thing, okay, is the attitude I get from patients now really gripes me. I'm like, okay, look, I didn't call you. I didn't ride around with my loudspeaker saying, hey, do you need to go to anybody need to go to the hospital? No. And there's no education out there as for like what we are for. We are not for toe pain. We are not for chronic back pain. We're not for, well, it's, there's some cases where chronic back pain we may be needed. I had back surgery, so I sympathize with the back painers. Okay, I do. We are not a mobile taxi service. Okay, we're life-threatening emergencies and or life-threatening illnesses. Okay, like injuries and broke legs. Like, I saw a meme the other day that really cracked me up. It said, if this is missing, call an ambulance. If this is not supposed to be in there, call an ambulance. If this is not supposed to be out of there, call an ambulance. Like it's just simple stuff like that. It's important to drink coffee. Thank you to my wife for sponsoring me with coffee through the Keurig. Just want to give her a big shout out. Thank you so much. You're the thing that keeps me driven to make more videos. Anyways, all right. Reason number two, I'm tired of this job and ready to get out, is there's just better jobs out there, to be honest. We're underpaid, seriously underpaid, and that's because of Medicare and Medicaid reimbursement rates. Medicare and Medicaid are the sole factor in Alabama for Alabama shortages, except for rural areas. Medicare and Medicaid need to get their crap together and start reimbursing these companies like they're supposed to. Okay, screw this city reimbursement, rural reimbursement stuff. It needs to be a flat rate across the board. That's how you fix it. Anyways, the lack of continuous education, like they teach the same stuff every year. They teach us the same crap every year. There's nothing progressive unless you go out and get it yourself. Like this, there should be programs available for medics to progress in their careers, to progress, like moving up, like learning new methods, terminologies, you know, new protocols. There should be like new updated stuff out every year. Like we should be progressing, but we're not. We're spinning our tires, learning the same crap every year. And to be honest, I do the same thing every day. Like each patient's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same. I pick them up, take them to the hospital. Pick them up, start an IV, take them to the hospital. Pick them up, start an IV, put them on oxygen, take them to the hospital. Oh, and not to mention, let's rewind that. I have to spend 2 hours with them in the hospital on my stretcher. It's irritating. Drives me crazy. All right, reason number 3 is it's not like I don't get a sense of gratification or a sense of like achievement anymore doing this job. Like I don't feel like it's rewarding anymore because of how the world is. You know, if you're watching this video and you've been rude to an EMS person, you need to think really hard about, one, how long they've been doing this, 2, what they've got going on in their lives. They're human beings too, and they shouldn't be treated as like servants that you just expect to do stuff. Like, we're blessed as a nation to even have this type of service in our country. There's some countries that like don't even have medical attention. Like, does that, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, there's no thank yous anymore. There's just none of that. And I'm gonna add in a bonus reason. There's no like movement up unless you know people. There's no like tier system to move up into higher management or anything like that. Like, you can make supervisor, you know, you get a degree, you can, you know, get ops, but like anything other than that, like that's about it. That's pretty much it. So, but yeah, I'm just not feeling it anymore. It's taxing on my body and my mind and my emotions, and it's just become a very mundane job that I'm ready to get out of, to be honest. Not saying that like my patient care or anything is going to be any less. I'm always professional. I always hold myself to a higher standard, and I always try to provide the best care possible for that patient at that time. I'm just saying, for me, like, if, you know, if a job was to come up, pays a little, either the same or a little higher, I gotta even take a little bit of a pay cut. I'm out. And also, you hospitals, anybody, RNs, PAs, physicians, anybody that sees this video, why don't y'all hire paramedics in your ERs, put them through a pharmacology class, and send them out the door making like the same as nurses? There's your that takes care of your nursing shortage right there. We could do the same stuff that nurses do, if not more. Like in my state, I don't know about everybody else's state, I can intubate where a nurse can't. I can start an EJ where a nurse can't. Like I could do all this stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to have a doctor tell me to give epi in a code. I don't have to have like, our nurses know to do that stuff, but they still have to have orders, and that stuff, like, that's a extra step in that line of care. Like, hospitals hire medics, you know, fix your shortage. Less and less people want to get involved in healthcare because of COVID. I mean, you're letting some good people go, you know, because they're tired, and y'all don't want to change or do anything to you know, to back them. You don't have their backs. You're just like, all I care about is the numbers. All I care about is this and that and that. There's no support for us. We're just out here putting our lives at risk, putting our families at risk for this virus for nothing. You know, that's the way I feel. That's not the way I act. That's the way I feel inside, and I'll let people know that. But I'm gonna start talking about that stuff a little bit more. Anyways, that concludes today's video. Remember, drink your coffee, get up early, find something that you like to do and go after it wholeheartedly. Thank you. I just had to rant and get some stuff off my chest about my job. But yeah, hopefully this video does well and you got a little bit of an insight in what it's like to be a paramedic. Sorta. Not like, I'm not gonna take you in the field with me because that's against the law. But anyways, all right, I will see you in the next video, guys.